What if the American dream forgot its own people? Join us to uncover a crisis shaking Oklahoma in 2025, one that'll grip your heart and ignite your hope. Welcome to our channel, your gateway to the world's rawest stories, boldest truths, and unbreakable spirits. Today, we're plunging into a story that demands your attention: homelessness in Oklahoma, 2025. Forget cold stats. This is about real lives battling impossible odds. Are you in? Slam that like button if you're ready for a roller coaster of heartbreak and heroism. Hit subscribe and tap the bell to catch every story that sparks change. Close your eyes and imagine this: a bone-chilling morning in Oklahoma City. The wind stings like a slap. Beneath a thundering overpass, Valerie, nearing 50, huddles by a fire she scraped together from sticks and scraps. Her piercing blue eyes, etched by years of struggle, glow with unyielding fire. 8 years on the streets, 8 winters of frozen fingers, 8 summers of blistering heat. She leans in and says, "Quitting's not in my blood." That stopped us in our tracks. Drop a fire in the comments if Valerie's grit blows you away. Valerie isn't just a number. She's a mother, a survivor, a warrior. And she's not alone. Thousands across Oklahoma are fighting this same battle, from the electric pulse of OKC to the quiet rural plains. This story begs to be told. Share this video with a friend to amplify their voices. Let's make this go viral for Valerie and countless others. The crisis in full view, Oklahoma 2025. Why is homelessness exploding in Oklahoma? Buckle up, because this crisis is a wake-up call for all of us. As of April 26, 2025, Oklahoma City's 2024 count shocked the state: 1,838 homeless individuals, a 28% surge in just 1 year. Statewide, over 4,000 Oklahomans are without a home, and the numbers are climbing fast. Tulsa shelters reject dozens every night. Rural families huddle in cars or abandoned barns. And in OKC schools, nearly 2,000 students are homeless. Comment below. Did you know Oklahoma was facing this? What's driving this chaos? Rent in OKC and Tulsa averages $1,000 plus a month, while the minimum wage is frozen at $7.25 an hour. That's a measly $1,160 a month before taxes. Can't pay rent? You're not alone. OKC courts processed 400 eviction cases a week in 2024. This isn't a storm, it's a tsunami drowning families. Viral moment. Imagine grinding 40 hours a week only to sleep under a bridge. Drop a angry in the comments if this injustice fires you up. Food insecurity adds fuel to the fire. In 2024, 1 in 6 Oklahomans faced hunger, with food banks like the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma serving 70,000 people monthly. For the homeless, a meal is a daily gamble. Soup kitchens in Tulsa often run dry by noon. Ever skipped a meal because you couldn't afford it? For thousands, that's every day. Hit share to spread this truth. Hunger and homelessness go hand in hand. Meet Tina, a single mom in OKC who lost her job at a diner in 2024. She told us, "I'd rather starve than let my kids go hungry." She skips meals to save scraps for her 2 boys, who sleep in her cousin's garage. Tina's story isn't rare, it's Oklahoma's reality. Drop a breaking heart for Tina and her boys in the comments. Historical Tapestry, the long road here. This crisis didn't pop up overnight. It's a story carved into Oklahoma's DNA. Rewind to the 1920s. Tulsa was the oil capital of the world, with oil rigs pumping wealth and farmers trading dusty boots for silk suits. Millionaires were born overnight. But the 1930s Dust Bowl crushed those dreams, burying fields in sand and sending families west, as seen in the Grapes of Wrath. The 80s oil crash and mental health cuts deepened the wounds. When hospitals like Griffin Memorial in Norman slashed beds, thousands were released onto streets with no safety net. Fast forward to the 2020s, rent skyrocketed 30% since 2020, while wages stayed glued to $7.25 an hour, a federal minimum unchanged since 2009. The pandemic's end was a gut punch. Federal aid like eviction moratoriums and stimulus checks vanished, leaving 30% of Oklahomans struggling to pay rent by 2024, per local surveys. History's on repeat, and it's crushing people. Comment: what's one policy you'd change to stop this cycle? In Muskogee, we met Earl, a 62-year-old former oil worker who lost his home in the 80s crash and never recovered. He camps by a river, his only companion a faded photo of his kids. "I worked hard," he said, voice breaking. But hard work don't always win. Earl's story echoes Oklahoma's booms and busts. Drop a clasp hands for Earl in the comments and share to honor his resilience. In 1934, OKC torched Hooverville shantytowns to cleanse its image. Today's encampment sweeps carry the same sting, pushing people out of sight, not out of crisis. Share this video if you believe it's time to solve, not hide, homelessness. Let's make this go viral. Yo, Travel Odyssey Tribe. This story's hitting hard, right? Let's amplify Oklahoma's fighters. Smash that like button. Can we hit 15,000 likes to shine a light on Tina, Earl, and thousands more? Drop a heart blue in the comments for every story that's moved you. Subscribe to join our 100K strong tribe chasing stories that spark change. Hit the bell for our next epic adventure. What's the biggest barrier to ending homelessness? Wages, housing, or stigma? Comment your pick and let's start a convo. Tag a friend who needs to see this. The Key to Home Initiative, a glimmer of hope. Amid the storm, there's a beacon of hope. Enter Key to Home, OKC's 2023 coalition with a bold goal: house 500 chronically homeless by the end of 2025. They've already moved 153 people into stable homes. Outreach workers wade through muddy tent cities, sharing coffee with folks like Tina, building trust one chat at a time. Housing navigators hustle, convincing landlords to take a chance on tenants with no credit. A staggering 91% of those offered a home say yes. Drop a firework in the comments if this sparks hope in you. This is Housing First. Hand someone a key, no hoops to jump through, then wrap them in support, counseling, job training, medical care. It's working. Chronic homelessness in OKC dropped 14% in 2024. Plus, it's smart. $15,000 a year to house someone versus $40,000 to manage them on the streets. In 2024, Key to Home partnered with local businesses like OKC's Bricktown Bakery, which donates day-old goods and hires formerly homeless workers. Meet Jamal, who went from sleeping under a bridge to frosting donuts, thanks to Key to Home. "I got my dignity back," he grinned. Drop a donut for Jamal's comeback. Oklahoma's heart shines through. Churches open their doors for emergency beds. Nonprofits like the Homeless Alliance coordinate meals and job fairs. In Tulsa, a barbershop called Fadez and Blades offers free haircuts to boost confidence before job interviews. Small acts, big impact. Comment: what's one way your community could step up like this? Share this to spread the Housing First model. Let's inspire the world. Rural Oklahoma, a crisis in the shadows. Homelessness isn't just an urban issue, it's haunting Oklahoma's countryside. In small towns like Shawnee, Enid, or Hugo, it's invisible. No tent cities here, just families couch surfing, sleeping in cars, or bedding down in barns. Atoka County reported 50 homeless students in 2023, some living in sheds or abandoned trailers. In rural Oklahoma, 1 in 4 homeless individuals are children under 18, per 2024 state data. Teachers dig into their own pockets for socks, coats, or granola bars. Drop a heart for these unsung heroes. In Durant, we met Sarah, a grandmother raising her 3 grandkids in a rusted RV after losing her home to medical debt. "We make it a game," she said, forcing a smile. "Camping, not homelessness." Her youngest 7-year-old Lily drew us a picture of their camp. Lily's crayon drawing broke our hearts, a tiny RV under a starry sky. Drop a star for Sarah and Lily's strength. Rural services are a mirage. Most counties lack shelters, and food pantries often close early. In McAllister, the PATH program serves those with mental illness, but one team can't cover eastern Oklahoma's vast counties. A 2024 pilot in Adair County brought a mobile food van to 100 families in 1 month. Proof small solutions can scale. Imagine a van bringing hope to every rural corner. Share this to demand more rural support. In Stillwell, a mom walks her daughter 3 miles to school from a friend's barn. No bus, no car. In Adair County, 200 seniors couch surf or live in vehicles, their pensions swallowed by rent hikes. Share this video to spotlight rural Oklahoma's hidden crisis. Let's make their voices heard. Legislative tug-of-war, compassion or crackdown? Oklahoma's capital is a battleground, compassion versus crackdown. Lawmakers are clashing over homelessness, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Senate Bill 484, led by Senator Lisa Standridge, bans towns under 300,000 residents from funding shelters, food programs, or outreach. That's everywhere except OKC and Tulsa, potentially pushing thousands into already strained cities. House Bill 1764 takes it further. Sleeping in a park or under a bridge could mean a $50 fine or 10 days in jail. House Bill 1798, it offers one-way bus tickets to send the homeless to places like Dallas or Wichita. Comment, is this compassion or just passing the buck? Tell us your take. Critics of SB 484 warn it could create a pressure cooker in urban centers, with OKC's shelters already at 95% capacity in 2024. Meanwhile, HB 1798's export plan has sparked outrage. In Shawnee, Maria, a homeless mom, was offered a ticket to Kansas City. "I don't know anyone there," she said, tears falling. "Oklahoma's my home." Maria's plea hit us hard. Nobody should be forced to leave their roots. Drop a breaking heart for Maria in the comments. But there's a flicker of hope. House Bill 1802 funnels $10 million into mental health outreach, a rare bipartisan win. This funds mobile crisis teams like Tulsa's Hope on Wheels, which served 500 individuals in 2024, offering therapy and meds on the spot. In Enid, Mayor Carla Wilson told us SB 484 could kill our tiny food pantry that feeds 200 weekly. An OKC officer sighed, "Fines don't fix this. They just move tents a block over." Punishment or progress? Drop a fist if you're rooting for solutions over sweeps. In Norman, a grassroots group called Neighbors for Hope protested HB 1764, holding a candlelight vigil outside City Hall. Their chant? Homes, not handcuffs. Share this video to amplify their cry. Let's demand laws that lift, not punish. Comment, what's one law you'd propose to tackle homelessness? The human heartbeat, stories that stay. This crisis has faces, names, and dreams. Let's meet the heartbeat of Oklahoma. Blanca, an OKC mom, escaped abuse in 2019 with 2 toddlers. She wept in shelters, hating their fear. Today, she's cooking spaghetti in her own kitchen, her kids' crayon drawings pinned to the fridge. Casey, a wiry drifter in Norman, camps in a field. He lit up when volunteers asked his name during the 2025 count. Lena, a Tulsa grandma, lost her home to cancer bills in 2023 and sleeps in a church basement. Ty, an Iraq War vet, camps by a creek with his dog, waiting on VA help. Mara, a 17-year-old gay teen, couch surfs in Muskogee after being kicked out. Javier, a dad in Shawnee, squeezes his family of 4 into his sister's trailer. Their voices roar, "We're still here." Drop their names in the comments to honor their fight. Meet Aiden, a 19-year-old in Tulsa who aged out of foster care in 2024. He sleeps in a library stairwell, sketching cityscapes in a tattered notebook. "This is my art, my proof I exist," he said, showing us a drawing of Tulsa's skyline. Oklahoma's crisis is fueled by systemic gaps. Poverty grips 15% of the state, higher than the national average. Mental illness ranks 4th worst in the U.S. per 2024 data, with 1 in 5 Oklahomans facing untreated conditions. Affordable housing? The state's short 50,000 units, and new builds prioritize luxury, over low income. Domestic violence shelters like OKC's YWCA turn away 200 women monthly due to lack of space. These aren't just numbers. They're Blanca, Aiden, and thousands more. Share this to demand change for their stories. Community ripples, the wider wake. Homelessness doesn't just hurt the unhoused, it reshapes Oklahoma's soul. In OKC's trendy Bricktown, shop owners say encampments cut foot traffic by 15% in 2024. Tulsa's city council debates panhandling bans, splitting neighbors. Schools feel the strain. Homeless students miss 20% more days than peers, stretching teachers thin. Libraries in El Reno, half the daily visitors are unhoused, seeking warmth or a chair. Police link petty theft to poverty, not homelessness, but fear drives harsh crackdowns. How's homelessness touching your community? Tourism takes a hit. OKC's Myriad Botanical Garden saw a 10% drop in visitors in 2024, with some citing nearby tents. Yet advocates argue visibility forces action. In Tulsa, Sam, a coffee shop owner, started a Pay It Forward board where customers buy meals for the unhoused. "They're my neighbors," he said. In 2024, his shop served 1,000 free meals. Sam's small act ripples big. Drop a icon coffee for Sam's kindness. Faith communities shine. Ardmore's Mosque feeds 100 weekly. Sepulpa's synagogue stocks winter coats. In Norman, a diner owner, Rita, slips burgers to tent dwellers, but fears backlash from no loitering signs. In Muskogee, a Baptist church launched a shower-up trailer in 2024, offering hot showers to 50 people weekly. Share this to celebrate these quiet giants. Drop a 2 hands for Rita and every unsung hero. Solutions in motion, building bridges. Change is sparking. Let's fan the flames. Kia Home is a blueprint, housing-first blueprint, but prevention is the foundation. A $500 emergency grant stops an eviction versus $40,000 in annual shelter costs. Tulsa's micro-home pilot housed 20 in 2024 with 200 square foot units. Cheap, efficient, scalable. Rural areas need mobile clinics. In Pryor, Barber Mike gives free cuts to the unhoused, boosting dignity. In OKC, Green Co-op donates unsold produce. Comment: what's one small act you could do to help? Tech is stepping up. In 2025, OKC's Homebase app connects the unhoused to real-time shelter beds, serving 300 users in its first month. Clara, a formerly homeless mom, used Homebase to find a shelter bed after months on the streets. "It felt like a miracle," she said. Drop a smartphone for tech-driven hope. In Claremore, a mechanic, Tony, fixes cars for the homeless for free, knowing a working vehicle can mean a job. In 2024, he repaired 15 cars, turning wheels into lifelines. Policy is critical. Tax breaks for affordable builders, a $10 minimum wage, rent caps. Globally, Finland housed 90% of its homeless with Housing First. Oklahoma could follow. Share this to push for bold solutions. Hidden struggles and everyday heroes. The unseen bear the heaviest scars. 20% of OKC's homeless are native, triple their population share, wrestling generational trauma. LGBTQ teens like Mara roam Tulsa's edges. 30 sought refuge at a 2024 Norman drop-in center. Veterans like Ty wait in Yukon, where a vet pod program struggles with thin funds. In Alva, Evelyn, a widow, lost her home to a 2024 tornado and lives in a friend's attic. "I'm invisible," she whispered. Drop a rain for Evelyn's quiet strength. Everyday heroes rise. In Chickasha, Nurse Lila patches sores for free, her clinic a haven. In Okmulgee, 9-year-old Jaden runs a lemonade stand, raising $200 for socks. In Tahlequah, farmer Hank shares eggs with camp dwellers. In 2024, Claremore's Blizzard Brigade housed 30 during a snowstorm, proving community muscle. Share this to amplify the unheard. Native families, youth, veterans, and heroes like Lila. Drop a star for Jaden and Hank. Future Visions, Reimagining Tomorrow. Let's dream big for Oklahoma. Imagine weaving church pantries, barber chairs, and vet pods into a seamless safety net. Apps like Homebase could flag empty units. Trade schools could empower teens like Mara, breaking cycles. By 2035, land trusts, rent controls, and a $12 minimum wage could make Oklahoma a beacon of hope. Comment, what's your bold idea to end homelessness? In 2025, OKC's Future Fund trains 50 unhoused adults in solar panel installation, with 80% landing jobs. Marcus, once homeless, now installs panels and beams. I'm building my future. Drop a sun for Marcus's shine. A Holdenville girl, Kayla, told us, help's slow, but hope's fast. Let's make hope lightning fast. Share this to ignite a movement. Let's rewrite Oklahoma's story together. A journey unfinished. From Valerie's fire to Blanca's stove, Casey's tent to Mara's grit, this is us. Home isn't geography, it's humanity. Our channel asks, can stories like this change how we see homelessness? Comment, what's one thing this video inspired you to do? Thanks for joining this raw, real journey. Smash like, share to spread hope, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that hit hard and lift high. Ring the bell, we're back soon. Keep seeking, keep caring. Drop a comment to keep this conversation alive.